Hello and welcome back to my channel. EJ here. Today we're going to talk about the Jada Pink and Will Smith story. Yes, the Jada Smith and the whole relationship entanglement. Oh my goodness, what a story. I don't know if you got to watch it, what you thought of it. But being as a psychologist, I couldn't help myself. I thought to myself, okay, what does this mean? I have an inquisitive mind and I question things and I look beyond the surface. This one that, they've kind of like come out to discuss the relationship entanglement that Jada found herself in. What is the key takeaway lessons that we can actually take away from that talk? And how can we implement that in our relationship, especially for those who are in a relationship that might not be so good, in a sense of like maybe it's not the way we would like it to be. And we may be having challenges in our relationship that maybe, we're considering separation, the verge of a separation, or you are so unhappy and you don't know what to do. What could have triggered the whole entanglement that Jada basically found herself in with August, and also how you can use that to look at how you can actually improve your relationship. And I think that is my main concern really, is that okay, is show business and is gossip and is them sharing their story, but at the same time it's good to know, oh god, this is what's going on in the Smiths family. But at the same time, I think he's also looking at, well, what does this mean for you as a viewer who's watching it? But those who are in a relationship and maybe you are going through similar challenges, what can you do? What can you take away from that? And I thought about a few key points, which I thought I should share with my viewers. And one of them is that actually what makes a woman or a man feel unfulfilled in their relationship, and what is it that actually makes somebody want to cheat, even though technically she did not cheat. From what she said, it was more about, you know what, they both have separated, they were unhappy with each other and they needed to go their own separate ways. And in between that process of separation, Jada found comfort with August, and that is it. But anyway, let's look at it on another level, in a sense of like, what would make a woman want to cheat on her partner, or a man want to cheat on a partner? There is so many different things, guys. And you know that. And with human beings, we are a species that is just like, nobody can figure us out 100%. So there will always be something in and out, but he's looking at some of the key things for most people, not for every single person, but for most people. And one of them is like, for a woman, for example, the things that make a woman start, wandering somewhere else and seeking something else, is when she's unhappy. If she is unhappy in a relationship, she doesn't feel wanted, she doesn't feel that attention, that her man is giving her attention, she doesn't feel desired by her man, she starts wandering. It's like a child. You put a sweet in front of them, they will start wandering around the sweets and thinking, ooh, I wonder what that would taste like. Is a bit like that. Women like attention. They want attention. They desire attention. They want to feel wanted and desired by their man. They need to feel like they are the center of the universe, okay? And when she's not feeling like that, she starts feeling dissatisfied. It's almost like, well, I'm not needed. I'm not wanted. I can't do anything. And it's a feeling of helplessness kind of sets in. And that creates and triggers anger and upsets and frustration. When that continues, you can keep going on for some time. After a while, you just give up. You think, I don't care, I don't like you anymore, I want to be gone. Why don't you just go? And that's what happens, unfortunately. So I think for Jada, and I can't speak for her, I'm only making an assumption here. I think for Jada, there's so many things that's going on, but you have someone like Will Smith, who is, a famous actor, who has a career and is a very busy man, I'm assuming, and he has a show business world and he's always out there and celebrated. And he has this beautiful, gorgeous wife who is maybe craving his attention and craving for him to acknowledge her, to notice her, to want her, to desire her, to let her know she is the most important thing in this world, that he doesn't care about his career, but he cares all about her. And these are some of the things that actually occurs in the mind of a woman. And this is the subconscious thing, because men are driven to go and achieve and go and make the money and go and bring in the bacon, and which is wonderful, and women, we love it, but not at the expense of our happiness. We want our cake and to eat it. Sorry. We do. We want you to go out there and hustle and be the great man and be ambitious and all those things. At the same time, we want you to be at home with us and be with us and notice us and celebrate us and love us and nurture us and all those things. And that's what we desire. And if a woman has a bit of insecurity, because when she's not getting these things, insecurity starts setting in, and she'll start resenting the man and his work and his money and everything else around him. But she doesn't articulate that, you know what, I need you. I miss you. I want to spend time with you. I don't feel wanted by you. And that's what she wants, is that, you know what, I miss you. I miss not having you. I miss not being with you. I want to be with you. I want to spend time with you. And this is the thing that, and I mentioned this in my book, in my upcoming book, and I will share with you about this. It's about the importance of attachment bond and the importance of having secure and insecure attachment bond. And when someone doesn't have secure attachment, they have feeling of insecurity. And because of this, they end up acting out because they have a need that's not being fulfilled. Their needs are not being met. So they will start wandering and start looking outside for the needs to be met and to be fulfilled. And that's when someone like Augustus come up. He's young, he's hot, he gives you attention. It's like, oh my goodness, you know, she's going to take the attention, because after all, any attention is better than no attention. So that's how, you know, the mind sees it. You might not calculate it in that way, but that is what's running subconsciously. And I talk about subconscious a lot because we don't realize that a lot of the things we do don't happen consciously. It's actually subconscious stuff that's driving who we are. We will do a video about that on another time. But it's about looking at when a woman is not happy, she starts looking elsewhere for attention. And it's simply because she's not getting attention. She's not getting her needs met. She's not feeling recognized. She's not feeling wanted and desired by her man. And she feels, there's no need for me. I don't feel useful. I have nothing to give. And I'm not receiving anything. So what's the point? And that creates upset and anger. And if you notice with Jada, she talked about the simple fact that, you know, she wanted to feel good. And women are feelers. And I say that a lot because women, they are feelers. They're thinkers, but they're not really. They're driven more by their emotion. She said, I want to feel good about myself. So she wasn't feeling good about herself. And she wasn't feeling loved and nurtured and given the attention she craved and wanted by Will. And this could be happening for various reasons. You know, Will could be very busy with his work and doing lots of things and had a lot of demands and stresses. But she's not seeing those things. All she's seeing is, I have a need. I have a need and you're not meeting my need. You're not meeting my need. And he's thinking, I am trying to sort our family out. And I'm trying to achieve this goal. And I'm trying to meet this deadline. And I'm trying to do this. Can't you understand? And for her, it's like, no. I know, I can't understand. I don't want to understand. All I know is I need you. And that's what I'm saying, guys. Women and men, we're complicated. But the thing is that a woman has a need and a man equally has a need. And the thing is that a man needs to feel supported when he's going through his own challenges. And a woman needs to feel desired and wanted and communicated to so that her needs can be met. I don't want to talk too deeply on this subject because the video is going to be so long and I don't want it to be long. But the most important thing is that when a woman cheats, she's cheating because she's not feeling desired. She doesn't feel she's wanted. She doesn't feel cared for and she doesn't feel nurtured. And she doesn't feel included in the man's world. So that's all a man needs to do, is learn to communicate with his woman, even if he's not spending a lot of time with her. the little time he is spending with her, let it be quality time. Let him use that time to like really speak to her about what's going on for him. Make sure she understands, and you know, show her lots of love, hugs, touch. Women love hugs and touch and all those things. Find out her love language. I think that's a great place to start, and focus on that. You know, whether she likes gifts, whether she likes acts of service, whether she likes, you know, quality time, you know, whatever her love language is, just go and find out. And you can find out the book on 5 love languages, and just kind of meet her need, because it's no point loving somebody if you're not meeting the need. And all your effort is at waste, really, because the needs are not met. Some of the things that made Jada go to August for a relationship or got herself into the entanglement is, you know, she said, you know, I needed to feel good. I didn't feel good about myself. I didn't feel fulfilled. I didn't feel wanted. So, and this is important, guys. Women, when they're in your life, they need attention. They really do need attention. You need to show that you're excited to see them. When you come home, touch them, you know, give them a hug, give them a kiss. Acknowledge them, appreciate them, show them appreciation is so important, and make them feel good about themselves. As much as you're out there working hard and doing all the things to make sure that you're providing for your family, and which is wonderful, and women do appreciate it, even though they might not say it all the time, but they do appreciate it. But the thing is that we've got to remember that human beings only think about their needs. Is what do I need? What do I want? Are you meeting my need? And if they feel like their needs are not being met, all your effort is literally in vain. I kid you not. So it's best to actually learn how to understand your woman and understand her love languages, and start treating them in that way. Not the way you think that, you know, you should show love, because it might not be the way they feel love and understand love. So when you're with them, you might not have lots of time, but the time you do have with her, spend it in a good quality way. Touch her and, you know, show your woman love in your relationship. She needs it. Tell her how important she is to you, how much she means to you. You know, tell her how beautiful she is. You know, tell her all those things, even though you think she knows it or she should know it because you married her after all, or you're in a relationship with her, whichever one it is for you. Women still need to hear these things. They need to feel special. They need to feel wanted, desired. They need to feel sexy. They need to feel like they still turn you on and you still want them. They are the most beautiful woman in the world in your eyes. So guys, I know hard work is good and you're doing it for the family, but don't forget the family is the woman. The house is the woman. If the woman is not happy, you're not going to be happy. Yeah? And equally vice versa, if the man is not happy, the woman is not going to be happy. But the thing is that it's about knowing, how do you first be a husband or a wife to your husband, and then your career and children and everything else comes second. And I think it's about really making sure that your relationship is key. The way the two of you communicate is almost like when you're married or you're in a long-term relationship, you've got to remember that you're constantly dating each other, in a sense that women desire adventure, newness in things. Newness is almost like they want to feel like they are still your girlfriend, even though they're your wife. That you still find them sexy and attractive. And that is so important to them. You can also ask and say, honey, how would you know if I love you? How do you know if I love you? And then let her listen to and let her tell you. Or ask her questions about when she was young, how did she know how she was loved or how she is loved? And get those answers. Ask her what is her 5 love languages. You two can read about it or talk about it. Say, oh, this is mine. So what is yours? Then she will tell you what is hers. Then you do more of those things so that she can actually feel happy. It's important to really understand your woman's language and her love language. So for example, you may need to know how to show her love, because though for you, one way of you receiving love or knowing how you feel loved might not be her way of knowing that she feels loved by you. So you might be out there working really hard and trying to provide for the family and be the man's man that you are. But if your lady doesn't feel loved by you, doesn't feel noticed and doesn't feel affection, then it's almost like all you're doing is in vain. It's no point, because she doesn't feel loved by you, because the need is not being met. So it's about you looking at how can I meet her need. Okay, I hope this has been useful and it's been a good tip. Press subscribe, share, and like, and I'll see you next time.